Hi everyone, I'm Lynn McKenzie, and today I'm coming to you with a case study. From time to time, I'm going to share case studies because I think it's really important that everyone gets to see the power of animal communication and healing. It's really quite phenomenal. And this one comes to me from a student in my Animal Energy Certification Training Program. And she happens to be a fellow Arizonan who happens to live here in the desert and have the risk, sadly, of rattlesnakes. I always say every night when I take my dog, one of my dogs out, that I'm going out to wrangle the rattlesnakes because you never know. They're all around and they come out at night often. But she let her dogs out. This was just last month. She let her dogs out in the morning. And when they came in, she noticed a lot of blood on the floor, and she had to check through all her dogs to figure out what was going on. And she found her dog Oreo, and I have permission to share this. She found her dog Oreo bleeding from puncture marks and bleeding through his nostrils. So within minutes, he started to swell up, and it, dreaded rattlesnake bite. She's had snakes on her property before, she said, and she lost a dog already, sadly, to a Mojave Desert coon rattler. There are different rattlesnakes, thank goodness, and some are a little bit more deadly than others, but a rattlesnake bite is always deadly for a human, or it's always very serious. I shouldn't say deadly. It's always very serious for a human or animal. They need treatment. They're not going to survive it usually without treatment. So by 8:15, she had Oreo at the emergency vet clinic. And he was left in the care of the vet to be given antivenin, some fluids, and some pain meds because it's a painful experience. And she came right home. She's in my Animal Energy Certification Training Program, and she came right home and posted in the private forum for students asking for everyone's help to do some healing work on him, send some good energy for him. And then she proceeded to take the material she had learned, and used it doing an animal energy healing session for Oreo. And she had called in her healing team, which she learned to do through my training. And she also called in my healing team just to have that extra support. And she called in a couple of archangels. This is all things that she was learning, and a spirit guide of hers to be next to him as he took his treatment. So she was communicating with him too, telepathically. She was at home, he was at the vet's. And, she was using some of her techniques and doing some dowsing to figure out if he was going to survive and if he would make a full recovery and all of this. And she was very, very confident that it was a yes. And so, having lost another dog to a rattlesnake bite in the past certainly it's hard to, believe that you're going to make it through because they are deadly, as I say. So she kept getting a yes, and he was telling her through the communication that he was going to be fine. So I have a few notes here so I don't forget any of the points that I want to share with you. So she was meditating on it and communicating with him, just so he knew that she was with him in spirit and really supporting him. And, obviously he would have felt everybody else in the training program supporting him. And by 2:15, she still hadn't heard from the vet. So she decided to head back. And when she got there, she spoke to the vet tech, and she said, I said to the vet tech, I see Oreo is doing great. And the vet tech said, what are you talking about? We didn't phone you to tell you, and she just kind of smiled and waited for the vet, to have a minute to talk to her. So the veterinarian came out to share the results with her, and lo and behold, she said that Oreo made a miraculous recovery and is just amazed at how his red blood and platelets are all within the normal range in such a short period of time. Apparently that's not the norm. The first set of blood work showed them dangerously high and the venom coursing through his body, and they normally don't see results to shift this quickly. So she just smiled because she knew the power of the animal energy system and the animal communication she'd learned, as well as everybody in the group sending their healing, their prayers, their love, their support, and really helping Oreo to make it through this. I mean, the proof is in the science in this one. And by 3:55, he was on his way home, and she said her update was he's doing fantastically well. His swelling was barely noticeable within a couple of days, and he was no longer bleeding through the wounds. So it was really an animal energy miracle, and I thank Terry Ann for allowing me to share this story because I know it'll help. And I want to share that this system and this training that I teach, it really is something that anybody can learn. So if you have any interest in being of higher service to the animals or humanity, because it works on everybody, please let us know, and we'd be happy to send you some information. And I am going to post a picture that she sent me of Oreo in the comments, and just so you can see who he is, and maybe send him a little love and prayer, because he's a lucky one to have survived something like that. This venom is very, very strong. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will do some case studies periodically from time to time. So abundant blessings, everyone. Have a good day.